So welcome to a brand new webisode today with visual aid. I'll get back to this in a second. So obviously it's been a while since I've recorded a webisode and it's been a while since I've been on the air. So here we go again with explanation time as to why I have not been at the radio station. It's Saturday afternoon right now, and just up front I'm feeling better and better every day. It's going to take a little bit of an explanation as to exactly what happened, and I like to share this with everybody because, you know, there are those, well, you do, well, not those of you, you do, those that take time and invest your time into the show. For me personally, depending on the circumstances, you deserve to know why I've been out, and I know a lot of you guys are concerned, and thanks so much for all the well wishes. So again, the good news is that I'm on a path towards recovery again, and I'm feeling a little bit better every day. It's not been easy by any stretch of the imagination, but basically, the one thing that I had to keep putting into perspective in this whole thing is that, you know, I had the recent episode where I left the air, or where I left the show early a couple of weeks back, which was a part of what's going on, but separate. A lot of it just had to do with the pain that I was going through because of the hematoma at the time when I was on the air, and just being overly concerned about what was going on, and not knowing if things were going to get better. But stepping back from that, you know, I've been telling myself and asking myself, you know, why have these things been happening? Well, in all honesty, I mean, things have actually been pretty good in the 2 years since my open heart surgery. One of the byproducts, though, is that I've got blood thinners that are very they're dangerous if you don't monitor them correctly, and you've got to really stay on top of it. I actually talked to somebody, a listener, who recently had to have open heart surgery and decided not to go with a titanium valve like I did, simply because they didn't want to have to worry about the blood thinners and would rather have another procedure down the line. You know, I decided at the time of my open heart surgery that, you know, I was young enough. Let's get a titanium valve in there to and I'll just live with that the rest of my life, and I'll have to deal with the blood thinners. Well, this is what happened. This is a byproduct of somebody who's on Coumadin. In my case, it's warfarin, which is just another version of it. Back in July, I got a hematoma, basically a blood clot in my gut, a busted blood vessel. Blood pools up, and it just kind of hangs out like a water balloon. And you want your body to reabsorb this naturally, because as I know now, to do anything evasive ends up becoming very complicated. So you flash forward to Christmas, and I got sick with the flu, and through a series of coughing and building the kids' toys, as I mentioned before, the hematoma grew again, and it actually grew bigger. It was about this big, sitting in my gut like this. It might look a little weird. I've got a binder on. I'll explain that in a minute. But essentially, I had a blood clot about this big, just parked right here inside of my abdomen. Now, ever since it grew since Christmas, it's been incredibly painful. And I've talked about this before. All of this leads up to last weekend, where it was obvious that my hematoma had gotten infected, really infected. Ended up in the hospital at Oro Valley. Can't say enough good things about Oro Valley Medical Center. And on Sunday night, they removed it. They cut me open, drained it, and so now I've basically got a you know, a fairly decent. I know this is gross, so don't watch if you don't want to. But I've got a hole about this big, okay, and about that deep in my gut that I have to change every day with gauze inside. It has to heal from the inside out. You can't just close it up because you run the risk of infection again. I'm on a lot of antibiotics to make sure that that the infection goes away, and whatever was there, they're not 100% sure at this point in time. They grew, you grow cultures off your blood to see what the infection is, and usually you can find out what it is. Well, they grew the cultures and none of the usual suspects popped up. So I'm on a wide array of these horse pills to make sure that we get rid of everything that needs to be, you know, gotten rid of. But I can function. I feel a heck of a lot better than having this size hematoma stuck in my gut like it was. The pain's really nominal. I've got to keep a binder on and bandages, and like I said, I have to have it once or twice a day. No, at least once a day. I have to go in, and I can't do it. I don't want to look at it. I have to go in and have somebody pack it and repack it, which is touch and go. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it doesn't. So, needless to say, that's why I've been out. I got to thank Doug Kellett, Dave Sitton, James T. Harris, and Roger Hedgecock for filling in on short notice this past week. I'll be back on the air Monday. Probably be doing the show from home. I'll let you in on the secret. Sadly, my computer's dead. My Macintosh. Yeah, to add insult to injury, I get home from the hospital on a Wednesday, and my power went out on my computer. So Mike, Arizona Computer Guru, has a computer and is fixing it right now. So I'm working off my laptop, and I really miss my mouse. So I'm really excited to get back on the air. I miss being on the air. I'm feeling a heck of a lot better than I did, and it'll just be a bit of a slow process as this fills in, and I feel better. I wasn't doing much of anything for almost a week. I spent 4 days in the hospital, and when you spend that much time not doing anything, much like it did when I was going through my open heart surgery, it just takes a while for your body to rebound. But again, thanks for all your support. Thanks for hanging with the station and the show. And again, you look at a long enough timeline since my open heart surgery, and this is the first major thing I've had to deal with, and I've learned a lot of lessons. And for those that are dealing with medical situations and drugs and all that, follow what the doctors say. Always ask questions, and make sure you take what you need to take when you need to take it. It's just important. I think probably the most important thing is ask questions. If you have questions, ask them. Get them answered. Because worrying about it doesn't help the situation in the least bit. This is something that I was worried about. I had a lot of questions in regards to all this. It's been a very complicated situation. So I got a stack of prep sitting right over there that I got to do notes on. Lots to get to next week. Probably home for a few days, and then I'm back in studio to see how that feels. So again, thanks for all your support and the well wishes. I appreciate it, and hopefully this is just another step to being healthy. So all right, I've yammered enough. I hope I've given you a good enough explanation, and I'll talk to you on the air. Bye.